Ladies and gentlemen, imagine if your government suddenly decided to declare martial law and install a dictatorial government that would then tell you what type of music is to be seen as popular, what is the ideal appearance, and cast away those who disagree. But hasn't that already happened? Are we truly in control of our democratic society, of our lives, our minds? Or does it control us? If we take a look at a simple form of persuasion/manipulation, we see the corporate giants do everything through their advertisement to make their products seem like it's to die for. For example, Gillette, the best a man can get. Now, I'm a man, and even though I enjoy a nice shaving once in a while, I feel that's a bit exaggerated. But why do they do this? Why do they incorporate this hyperbole? Well, obviously it's about money, but how much money do they need before they start making their product appear as if it is the holy grail that will solve all of our problems? And when will they take this archaic, rusty train that is our society out of the dark forest of manipulation and into the next dimension that is truth and light? I'm sure we have all been seduced by these forces that are like despotic slavers destined to keep us in chains, that are like, that possess us like an inconceivable amount of greedy corporate demons that keep us spellbound, docile, and active, passive consumers. They lurk in the shadows, and they never show their face. Simply put, they are our influences. These influences have pressured generation after generation to adopt a certain way of thinking, to conform to its expectations, even if it means sacrificing the internal goodness within our hearts and wearing a facade till the end of our days. If we take a look at high school, where bullying is an ever-present social problem, we see the effects of this, because deep within that system lies a social hierarchy that is similar to that of primitive monkeys, where there must be some dominant, strong-looking male in charge, which explains why there are so many people who are physically and verbally abused just because they appear weak, just because some brainless, arrogant individual feels he has the need to retain his popular image. This is also reflected in society outside high school, where you have the mainstream media constantly pumping out magazines with insanely attractive women or steroid-induced buff men. Our society has literally made us believe that we must adopt this appearance in order to improve our status and image. But look around you, ladies and gentlemen. How many of us truly, accurately emulate this depiction? But when someone can't emulate this depiction, they become an outcast. They feel as if they've been cast away. And sometimes this leads to their unleashing their anger on the rest of society, depression, and in some cases, suicide. If we take a look at someone like Kurt Cobain, the lead singer of Nirvana, pioneer of grunge and a humble and kind man, yet he hated humanity since the age of 7. This was made worse because the media consistently called him a junkie and a bad father, which intensified his drug use, which led to his depression and his ultimate suicide. I do not discredit the other theories surrounding his suicide, such as Courtney Love's involvement, but I personally feel that if he weren't such condescending, judgmental individuals, he might have lived. Ladies and gentlemen, why do we conform? Have we become incapable of making our own individual, sincere, passionate decisions? What has stopped us from being who we want to be? Look at someone like Che Guevara. Che Guevara, the man who rejected his position as an Argentinian aristocrat. Che Guevara, the man who toppled a capitalist regime in Cuba in his early 30s. Che Guevara, the man who stared down the barrel of the gun which contained the bullet that would end his life, said to the rifleman, "Shoot, you coward, for I am a man." The idea will live forever. The idea was communism. Highly unconventional and controversial idea. But did he care? Of course he didn't. His drive to spread the influence of communism was his life force. It was the blood that ran through his veins. It was what kept him going till the very bitter end. Ladies and gentlemen, why can't we, citizens, who are all intelligent, be like that? Find the fire in our hearts, the passion, and unleash it onto society. I urge everyone here today to find their own hero who rejected mainstream influence and emulate them rather than the hypnotic faces on TV and magazine that bring you down the dark corporate rabbit hole where you forever follow the white rabbit of deceit in the dark. And maybe we will open up our eyes and find out who we are. Are we individuals or are we sheep? And maybe we'll have that drive to do something innovative, something extraordinary, something that has never been done before. And together, bit by bit, we can change the world and make it a better place. Thank you.